Hello, recovery warriors. Julie Norman here, body image guru, with our fourth and final Shakti Power for Eating Disorders Recovery blog series. So we've been looking at how to use the path of yoga to create a fierce, fun, exciting life. How to use yoga and all of its gifts to help you find recovery, maintain recovery, expand your recovery, and live your best life, because you really deserve that. You deserve all the goodness that life has to offer. So we have, in this blog series, looked at naming our desire, really grounding into what we want from life, because we know it's not the diet drama and the painful body image and all the ick that comes with the eating disorder. But we know it's hard to get there, to get out of that, and we're here to support you. So we looked at the I want in our first blog. We looked at what gets in the way. We looked at our fears and worked on acknowledging those and releasing those. Then we looked at and practiced really embodying our power, shifting from that fearful, small place to really acknowledging those desires and really standing up and facing our fears through our yoga practice. And finally, and I have a little friend here joining us today, this is Sir Hillary. Finally today, this is a very, very important step that you might not think matters, but it's probably the most important. Once we have started to create and are creating, taking those steps into recovery, taking those steps towards our dreams, a crucial step so we can keep that going is basically just chilling out and really feeling the fruits of all of our work. So here in our final blog, the theme is resting, receiving, and releasing, because with just letting go, just being, and really feeling things starting to transform, we'll get into even deeper layers. We'll get down to actually the deepest layers and roots of our eating disorder, and those will start to die away. And as those die away, we release more grief for life we haven't lived, because we've been stuck in the eating disorder, which again, remember, has a function and is important for us to learn who we really are and show ourselves who we really are and just how great our lives can be. So you're joining me here today on one of the gifts I have to just work really hard to let myself receive in my life, this beautiful lake that I get to live on every day. And even like my animals, taking time to just rest and be with these sacred beings in my life. So we're going to do just one pose today. And we're going to keep it short and sweet. Once we're in the pose, I want you to pause the video and try to do at least 10 minutes of being silent and just resting in this pose. You've got your yoga mat, a small blanket. I'm always sitting on a small blanket. Another yoga mat or another rolled blanket put this way. We've got some green heron action squawking around the lake today. A couple of yoga blocks. And then if you like, even an eye pillow, because when we rest, this is a restorative pose. So when we rest, we can put this over our eyes and it kind of helps us quiet the mind a little bit more. So we're going to come right on down into the pose. The cat is optional. So, and you don't have to be, if you don't have two yoga mats, you don't have to be on a yoga mat. You can be on the carpet in your bedroom, because we're just lying here on the floor or on the dock. We're going to sit in bound angle pose, which we've done already in this blog series. Have soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. Some folks butterfly. You're going to bring that rolled yoga mat right up to your booty. thing I'd like to mention is it's a Sunday morning and I'm still in my pajamas. No jewelry, hair. That's a big part of recovery. I love that about Recovery Warriors, because they just encourage you all the time to just let go and chill, especially on the weekends. So remember, with any pose, even though this is restorative, if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. You could lay back just in corpse pose and chill. But this is a great pose that really opens that second chakra, the Shakti center, and it really opens the heart. So the two main emotional centers. So we get here, a nice soft bound angle. Don't have your legs too much. And you're just going to bring yourself down very gently along your spine. Very gently rest over this rolled mat. So your butt should be totally on the ground. And bring your yoga blocks around and prop your knees, thighs up on them. Even if you're really bendy and flexible, you want to be supported here. You want your muscles, all your muscles, to be able to just chill out. So you come on down. Your head should be on the blanket or mat as well. You don't want your head hanging off the edge and hanging back here. So your arms will rest out at your sides. Some people even like to prop their hands up on blocks. Now you'll notice here we are, we're lying down, so stopping is often hard, letting ourselves just be. But then we're really open. We're really vulnerable. So if this triggers too much emotion, again, feel free to shift your position. But one way to help with that in this pose is to cover yourself up. So you really want to snuggle in here. Of course, always make sure you've got yourself set up in a nice quiet space where you won't be disturbed, you're private. And it might be uncomfortable. The body might have a lot of tension in the upper back, shoulders, chest, in the groin area. Spend a few breaths, see if that will start to ease. If it doesn't, change your position, feel free. But this would be what your fully settled in pose would look like. And of course, just using that skill of breath, #1 yoga tool, to draw the mind in the moment. Just be the observer of your senses, the observer of your physical experience, your emotions, your mind letting go of reacting, judging, or acting on any of them. Here we're just letting the false self, the layers of coverings over our true self, over our light, layers of fear about really stepping into our power, letting our old ways die away. Just breathe. And here's where you can pause the video and spend 5, 10, up to 20 minutes, 30 minutes in this pose. You're allowed to just be. You're allowed to receive the gifts of embodiment, the gifts of your one unique sacred heart. Okay, so when you're ready to come out of the pose, start to move very slowly. Just wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Take your eye pillow off if you used one, but keep your eyes closed for a moment. Maybe gently rest the heels of your hands over your eyes. Rub them a little. Rub your face. And then just start to stretch it out. Whatever feels good. Follow your body's wisdom. Reach the legs out. Now you don't want to come sitting up really quickly. You want to take your time here and roll onto your right side. So the best way to do this is to bring the left leg up, turn gently onto your right side. Yourself nice and slow. Move like you're walking through jello. One of my college professors used to say that. Take your time just to settle back into a seated pose. Maybe bring your blanket around you. Let yourself just take in the goodness. You could even do a few minutes of meditation here. You could do this at the end of a nice gentle yoga practice. If you have trouble sleeping, but especially the number one time I do this pose is when I'm actually starting to feel good, feel happy, up level my life, like see things manifest, see things coming to fruition that I've worked really hard for. We need to pause. We need to let all that register and integrate. Because to keep going and keep pushing, that all reinforces what the eating disorder is all about, which they're telling us we're not enough, we're unworthy, and that we're not allowed to stop and just receive the gifts of life. This challenges that in probably the most powerful way. So, a great big thank you for spending some time with me today. Go take care of yourself. As you change your body image, it changes the world. As you're at peace, it helps the world be peaceful. Honor wherever you are on your journey. And as always, Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.